Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome. We are going to talk for a few minutes about not letting fear of other people's reactions and responses make your choices for you and ultimately decide your life. Hi, for those of you who do not know, my name is Larkin Sell, and this is a Women's Awakening Circle broadcast. For those of you on YouTube, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. And those of you, of course, in my very special Women's Awakening and Abundance Circle group. So this is a really important topic that I want to share with you and discuss with you all for a few minutes. And that is that, one of the ways we give our power away, and I'm very passionate about this because what I do as a law of attraction coach, a mindset mentor, and a transformational specialist, which I've been helping people now for more than 12 years, is I help them to reclaim their power. And one of the most common ways that we give away our power is by caring about other people's opinions. You guys can check the terrific tips I did last week on that in the MPC Awareness Network page. And one of the ways that we care about other people's opinions is we actually allow not just their opinions, but even our fear of what their thoughts, opinions, and reactions might be to make our choices for us. And when you hear me say that, it sounds really like crazy, right? Like, who would do that? But believe it or not, we all do it at some point in our life. And women especially, we have a tendency to care so much about how everyone's feeling, about, creating the best outcome for everyone, to keep the peace, to keep them happy. And we end up oftentimes, I know I did this, we confuse our own decisions and what we are using to make our decisions with our fear of the reaction and response that it will have on other people or the reaction and response they will give us. Okay, so even if you guys are on the rebroadcast, let me know if you're following this, if this makes sense to you. So likewise, one of the ways we can turn this around and start reclaiming our own power is by not doing that. And in order to stop allowing our choices to be made by our fear of other people's reactions or outcomes or their opinions. Hi, Anita. Welcome. So great to see you. One of the things that we need to do is reverse this whole process. And that means that we have to first distinguish between what choices are we actually making that are our own true innate choices, coming from our own thoughts and feelings that are connected to the outcomes we desire, and which choices are we making that are actually out of fear of other people's opinions or opinions of us or judgments of us or their reactions to what our choices will be. And believe me, I know, because I was one of these people, when you do that long enough, it is very difficult to tell the difference. It's very hard to understand which choices you're making based on your actual choice, your innate, authentic choice, and that which has been moved or affected by your fear of other people's opinions. Now, for most of my confidence and clarity clients, they don't know the difference because they don't ever remember making authentic choices. They think they do. But there are some signs that can tell you whether you are actually making your decisions authentically or whether you're making them based on your fear of other people's reactions or opinions or judgments of you. Okay? I'm going to share a few of those with you today before we close up, and then I'm going to give you a couple of ways in which you can start creating a shift there. Because remember, one of my priorities as a mindset mentor, a transformational specialist, and a law of attraction coach is that people learn to manifest authentically. If you are not manifesting and creating authentically, this causes all sorts of other problems in your life, okay? Because energy doesn't lie. So when you make a choice or a decision and it's not authentic, you will also get results that are not authentic. They will be hollow. They will be shaky. They will cause you inner discontent and confusion and dissatisfaction and a lack of peace. And it will also prevent you from using those as a foundation and a stepping stone to progress where you want to progress. Okay? It would be sort of like, let's say you wanted to run a marathon and you bought the shoes and you bought the gear and you hired the most expensive trainer and you scheduled the most expensive training sessions with a team. But then on your runs, you kind of like sneak out in the middle and let everybody else do the training run. And you'd sneak off for a Starbucks coffee and then you'd sneak back in to finish up the run. And everybody thought you'd started and stopped the run with them. Everyone thought you'd started and showed up for practice and did the practice they did. But in truth, you really didn't. In truth, you showed up so that it looked like you showed up. You looked good because you had the right gear. You saw everybody, but you didn't do the full workout. When it comes time for that marathon, right, the proof's always in the pudding. Who are going to be the runners that finish that marathon and they finish the marathon with the best time? Well, it's going to be the individuals who are authentic about showing up for practice, right? They did the same thing you did. They bought the shoes, they bought the equipment, they bought the expensive coach, they did the work, but they really did the work. They're the ones that started and ran the entire practice and finished the practice, not just once or twice, but every time. They weren't just there to look good. They actually had substance, okay? So am I saying to you that if you are making your decisions based on your fear of other people's opinions or their reactions that you're lacking substance? My dear friends, yes, I am. And at one point, I was there. There were things that I was there about. And they were either things that, I was afraid I wasn't smart enough, or I couldn't show up well enough, or maybe I wasn't pretty enough, or I didn't have what it took. And so I'd find other ways that I honestly believed I was showing up for myself, or I was showing up for others. But guess what? I wasn't. Okay? And at some point, we all come to this crossroads. Okay? So I want you to think about the outcomes that you desire, that you really want in your life. What are those outcomes? Is it health, wealth, money, abundance, a great relationship, the ability to travel, to be an entrepreneur, to feed the hungry? What is your big why? What is your big why? What is it that drives you? Okay, you need to think about that. And then I want you to think about, how authentically are you truly showing up? Because to the degree that you are showing up authentically, it will also be to the degree at which you experience the results that you want. Okay, now we yield our power through making choices. Okay, that's how we yield our power. Think about it. So if the degree to which you manifest your desires and they're lasting and they're solid, they're not hollow, they have substance, is directly related to your authenticity. And with your choices, you yield your power. What do you think that means when you are trying to yield your power unauthentically? What does it mean then if you are making choices unauthentically? And you probably believe you are making them authentically. I did. We all argue our own limitations. How dare you say that I'm not being authentic? I remember saying that. I thought I was being authentic. You know why? Because I was believing the 5% of my mind that I was conscious of. which is why my number one rule is stop believing your thoughts. For everything, my number one rule is stop believing your thoughts. Guys, this is why. This is why Eckhart Tolle teaches you not to believe your thoughts. Okay? You will mean well. Nobody doesn't mean well. Nobody says, well, I'm going to set out today to have a shitty day and to ruin my life. Nobody says that. Nobody wants that. But with every choice you make, because the universe is never stagnant, things are always moving and changing because everything is energy. Everything. And so we have no choice. We also abide by those same rules. Okay, we have to live by those same rules, and we have to play by those same rules, and we have to create by those same rules. So my dear souls, my dear friends, I've taught thousands and thousands of people this. Okay, and I've coached hundreds and hundreds of clients on this. And I am so privileged and honored to have you here with me so I can share this with you. And I hope that you are heeding my words and taking notes and really listening with pure ears. Okay? If you want to authentically create, that means a life of substance. That means have your creations be of substance, not hollow. Then you must create authentically. And when you are allowing your fear of other people's opinions, judgments, or reactions to be the deciding factor in your choices, to determine your choices, then you are not creating authentically. And whatever it is you seem to create will literally crumble, just crumble. Have you ever had a job or a relationship or a situation you were so excited about, you thought it was your big break? There are no real big breaks. It's all the culmination of our little choices and habits. Okay? That create our outcomes. It's just something might happen that's compounded and then, we think it's our big break, but no. It was a combination of all the thoughts, feelings, choices, beliefs, patterns, and habits that we had up until that point that actually created that big event. Okay, I think I'm probably going to be sharing this broadcast and the My Powerful Choices Awareness Network page. Sorry, ladies, but this is a really powerful broadcast. Okay, so hopefully you guys are listening to the whole thing. But I'm trying to link for you so you can see the connection between making authentic choices and getting results that last. Have you guys ever tried to create something and you thought it finally came, like you thought that relationship finally came, or that money break or that job finally came, and then ended up crumbling? It wasn't what you thought it was. It crumbled like shale in your hand into dust. It's because it wasn't built on an authentic foundation. And how do you create an authentic foundation? Everything you want needs a foundation. How do you create that authentic foundation? You create that authentic foundation, my friends, by making authentic choices. And authentic choices mean they are devoid of the opinions, the care of judgment or opinions or reactions of anyone or anything else. So if you are afraid to make certain decisions in an unhappy marriage because you're afraid that's going to lead to you having to divorce your spouse, you're not living authentically. Yes, being honest with yourself about that is authentic. But if you allow that fear to run your life, that's not authentic. It's not about uncovering your authentic self, my friends. It's about becoming, growing into your authentic self. We do that through our authentic choices, through our powerful choices. Okay? And I have some news for you. If, for example, the crumbling I'm talking about that happens when you make decisions inauthentically, because they've got no substance, they've got nothing to stand on, what ends up happening is every choice you make that is inauthentic, it will end up backfiring. Because to the universe, okay, God, source, spirit, infinite intelligence, it doesn't matter. Don't get caught up in the human words. They're just words to humans, guys. Okay? To God, source, spirit, the universe, infinite intelligence, guess what? There is no lying. The universe sees through everything. God sees everything, right? By that we mean that vibration, the language that the universe speaks, the language that God speaks, is vibrational frequency, because everything's energy and all energy is conscious. So you might say, I want this, I want that, but your vibration tells the truth. So you might get into a relationship thinking it's authentic, but if your vibrational frequency isn't authentic, it will crumble. If you're with that person because you think of how they're going to make you look or how much money they have, it will crumble. Your authenticity in decision making is your power, guys. Why? Because the law of attraction says like attracts like. Because we receive in our life and we manifest that which we are radiating, even though the universe is within us. Do you see what I'm saying? So what happens is if you make a decision you think is authentic, because you're believing your thoughts, which is what I tell you not to do, but it's not authentic because you believe it only because you're making it out of fear of other people's opinions or reactions or judgments of you. Do you see? Because God, source, spirit, infinite intelligence in the universe only speaks vibration, that because the authentic vibration that was there was different than the inauthentic way that you made a choice, you see how that manifestation cannot sustain itself. It has to crumble. It has to crumble. Okay? So please, I ask you, stop believing your thoughts. Next time you go to make a decision, so many people's decisions, guys, are made out of fear. Why? Because the only reason we choose anything is because we're either moving towards what we desire or away from pain and struggle and suffering. Okay? Away from pain or towards pleasure. That's it. Away from pain or towards pleasure. That's it. So when you are giving away your power to making your choices based on your fear of other people's reactions or judgments or opinions of you, you're doing it to move away from fear. When you make a decision based off of fear, you will create exactly what it is that you are afraid of. Hi, Kathy. Welcome. Great to see you. Okay. You guys hear that? Repetition is key. When you make a decision based out of fear, it is an inauthentic decision that will crumble. The manifestation that is its outcome, if it's what you think you want, will crumble. So this is why it's so important to learn how to make authentic decisions. Not decisions based on avoiding pain, your fear of other people's reactions or judgments or opinions of you. Because that can never lead to the outcome that you want. Okay? If you guys would like to learn more about this or empowering yourself, I'd like to invite you. This is the last week to register for the next one. But I host what's called the 5-day free confidence and clarity to your dreams challenge. The next one is coming up March 23rd through the 27th. I will post the link in this broadcast that will give you the instructions to register. It's absolutely free. 5 days of coaching with me. Intense working with me. Okay. This is thousands of dollars of free coaching. And if you know anyone who might benefit from it, what we will be doing is we will be helping you to get clarity about where you want to go and what you want to transform or create. and to understand what it takes to build the confidence to step into that goal, dream, vision, or desire. Okay, and I'll be helping you one-on-one. But you need to register ASAP. So check the link below with instructions for registering. And I will send you confirmation a couple of days prior to the event. Guys, it is limited spaces and it's absolutely free. Most people tell me that in one of my broadcasts, they get more than they have in most coaching programs. So imagine what you get in 5 days. Okay? So if you're interested in that, go ahead and register. Please share with anyone that you think might be interested in that. I'd also like to invite you guys to, if you are on YouTube, please go ahead and like the My Powerful Choices Awareness Network page. Those of you in our Women's Awakening Circle group or My Powerful Choices Top 5% in Awareness in Abundance group, if you'd like to invite people, if you like this broadcast, please make sure that you like it so other people know that you found value in it. Share it, and please go ahead and invite those that may appreciate this and need this work to join these groups of mine. Please make sure they understand they have to answer the questions and agree to the group rules in order for me to allow them into the group. But I do appreciate you helping me grow the groups with those people who may benefit from this. If you'd like to learn more about working with me and how to create a more abundant and joyful, successful life, then you can private message me for a discovery call. Okay? Guys, I hope you enjoyed this broadcast. Make sure you're making your choices authentically. One of the great things I help my confidence and clarity clients to do to reclaim their power. And I look forward to seeing you all on the next broadcast. If you're on YouTube, guys, make sure you like and share this and invite more people to like my new growing page. All right, guys, I love you all so much. Have an amazing rest of your day. I'll talk to you soon.